Hello, this is Bud. Let's talk about pyramids and the need for more surface options. This lesson was built today, March the 7th, 2010. My hope is that within a short period of time, we will have more options under the carved area surface options. Troy wants to build a pyramid, and that's what based this research and moved up my request for more surface options that I placed on the wish list back in January 10th of 2010. What I'm going to do is show you what's available, how I used it, and what I wanted in place of what I was able to attain. Okay, I'm on Designer, and let's just explain what Troy is looking for so that we know what I did and why I did it. Troy wants a pyramid that is 3/4 of an inch high and 6 inches at the base. Since he wants 3/4 of an inch, I don't want to cut all the way through the board in order to make this pyramid. I want some board left. So I'm going to use something other than 3/4 inch stock. I'm going to use 1 inch stock. It could be 8/10 of an inch, it could be 9/10 of an inch, but I want it over 3/4, just so that I have some wood left underneath this pyramid that I can either cut out on the CarveWright or cut out on a table saw. So that's what I'm after. And here is my 8-inch square. I did 8 inches so that I've got enough left over to act as rails. Okay, going by his premise and going by the logic that we would normally go by, what I want to do is I want to make a triangle. So I'm going to come up here and get connected lines, and I'm going to make a triangle equilateral. I'm going to make it 6 inches here, and I'm going to assign angles of 45 and 45, and I have an equilateral triangle. Now I can center this by coming here and putting this at 0.0, and I can do the same thing up here at 0.0, and I've locked it right on that line, so it is centered. Now if I make a carve region, and select a surface, I have domes, and I have these buttons. I've got duplicates, so we won't worry about that. But if I go to domes, I can do a bottom dome, horizontal dome, left dome, right dome, top dome, vertical dome, and I can see by the variations in the color what I'm going to get. So if I use a bottom dome as an example and click OK, and if I move my board around, let's see what I got here first. Let's get out of here. Where is it? Okay, I want my depth at 0.75 over here, and I want my height as high as I can get it So I'm going 999. And if I tilt this now, I can see that I have my triangle. Now let's see what happened here. Bottom dome didn't seem to give me what I wanted. Oh, it fell back to 100. That's what it was. There. Okay, so if I turn this sideways and get rid of this. Okay, I have a triangle. But if I look at the actual line here, a dome is not a straight line. A dome is an arc. And I wasn't looking for an arc, but that's the only choice I have under select surfaces. Just to show you how this goes now, I can highlight this, I can copy it, and I can paste it, and I can move it down here, and let's see if I can do this. I'm going to turn it over. And I can align it the same way as I did before. Zero point 0, 0.0, and in here I should have a way to do this as well. I can tell by the line. There. That's lined up. Now when I look at this, this one is reversed. So I'm going to do an invert, get out of it. And there I have it. But, like I say, these are arcs and not straight lines. So that's the problem I end up with on this particular kind of dome. I would come back and build another triangle here and apply a different dome so that I get the same thing going left and right that I get top and bottom. That's what's available now through the domes. But we're going to try something different. I'm going to get another piece of wood, same size, and we're going to see what we can do here. If I go to Patterns and Favorites, Background, and Gradients, I have a taper that goes horizontal, and I have a taper that goes vertical. Let's work with the vertical first. I'll put that on there. Lost a lot of room here, didn't I? I'm going to move this thing over. Give me a little more room here to see what's going on. Okay, so if I enlarge this thing, I'm going to take a feather off of it. Not that I have to at this point. I'm going to bring it up here to where I can go to 0.0 and 0.0. And I could have come up here to layout and centered it left and right. Okay. Now my depth, I want at my 0.75. And my height, I want at 999. And he's looking for a 6-inch base. Right now I'm at close to a 7. And he wants it, since he wants 6 inches base, that means that from the bottom to the top of the triangle is 3 inches, looking at it from a flat situation. So if I go 3 inches or a little bit more, say about a 3.2, and I can undo this a little bit. Maybe not. 7. Okay. Maybe I'm not going to get both. 3.2. Okay, I'm going to deal with a 3.2 because that gets me beyond where I need to be from that standpoint. Okay, so now I can copy this and paste it and bring it up here and go to layout and flip and rotate. Come back in here so that I can do a layout, center, across the board. It's still there. Okay, but I've got these others. Okay, I want a 3.2, but I want this to be at 0.0. That makes this awful small, or small edge. So I'm going to do that at 7, and come back in here and do a 3.2. Okay, I'm going to bring it by hand. It's oversized, so I don't have to worry about it too much. And what happened? I think it gave me the wrong one. Hold on just a minute. Well, I thought I rotated 180. I must not have. It says 90, so 180. And now 3.2. Stretch this thing back out. Okay, so there I have opposite sides of my proposed pyramid. Now I can carve this and I will have 2 sides of the pyramid. Now I've got a couple choices here. I can either put this piece of wood on a sled, having my wood exact dimensions to make it a square, 8 inches in this case, or slightly larger, but 8 inches would be good, but square, perfectly square. I can carve this, turn around when it's done, and put it back in by turning the wood 90 degrees. I'll just do this so you can see. And carving a second time. and I will have a pyramid. Trust me, it works. I'll show you in a few minutes. If I don't have a sled or don't want to make a sled, then what I want to do is extend my wood by at least 7 inches. Not in the design, but the physical piece of wood. And then I would, instead of using the vertical taper, I would turn around and use the horizontal taper. So I would come over here to taper. Come on, light up. What's it say? Horizontal taper, okay. And click there. I'll move this back over here so you see. And now I would do the same thing. Making it 3.2. Layout, center, vertical. Change this to 0.0. So I've got that. Copy. Paste. Move this over here. And layout. Flip and rotate. 180. Okay, it worked that time. I did it right. Okay, and then bring this up here to 0.0. Take the feather off. I forgot to do that. And I now have, oops. Okay, I want the height at 999. And I want the depth at 0.75. Same thing over here. Get up to 0.75. Height 999. And I have the opposite direction of the carves. And on this one, if I do it in 2 steps, I can also where is it? Oh, rectangle. Okay, I want to come up with a square. I can draw a square. Center it. Both ways. Make it 6 inches. Cut it out. I think I'm going to flip the cut. And accept it. And if I hide the cut, there I have my 6-inch piece on the second time around cut out of my piece of wood. I'm not turning the wood over. I'm not taking the wood out of the machine between the 2 carves. I just have carve 1 that does the first set of tapers, and then carve 2 does the second set and the cutout. Again, what I'm trying to have accomplished and what I'm working with management at LHR on is providing another tab, so to speak, within the surface options. Just like the domes, I want gradients or tapers, is what I would call it. And if we add the horizontal and vertical tapers, then whatever pattern we would do, we can apply those tapers or any other tapers or gradients that happen to be added to those options. I'll be back in a minute. When I finish, whether I do it with domes or I do it with the tapers like we just talked about, I'm going to have a pyramid, as you can see here. Now this happens to be a dome. Michael is right in that we don't have any choice on our domes right now, and that's the reason I want to add the others. But by using the tapers the way I just showed you, we'll be able to do that. I'm going to place the horizontal and vertical tapers in the gallery so that they're available for everyone to use, so that at least we have some of the options there. Yes, we could use photo editing software, pay $1,900 like Michael's talking about, pay $600 like other people have talked about with another program, but my thinking is that we can greatly improve what we can do on the machine without having to buy external programs, just by adding the gradients option within the surface option. So Troy, I hope that helps you. I hope it helps other people. I hope that very soon this lesson will be partially obsolete because the tapers or gradients are included in our options. And that is my information on pyramids and the need for more surface options. I hope that helps.